Hello there, it is a gorgeous evening in the garden. So beautiful and warm. We've just had the loveliest weather today. It's like 75, 80, sunny, a little bit of a breeze. Definitely feels like summer. Definitely feels like we're moving into like that next step into spring. So I have a few fun things to plant today. Number one is these Strange, I'm not sure how you say that, deep black peanuts. These are the first things I planted today and I'm so excited. I think they're gonna be really cool. I've never grown peanuts before, but I have heard lots of great things about growing them, and I'm gonna be growing these in a grow bag, which I have heard is also a pretty good way to grow peanuts. So I will show you that process. And then I have a few other seeds. I just kind of went through my seed collection and pulled out a bunch of seeds so that I can get some things stuck into the ground here. I'm trying to slowly, piece by piece, work my way through all the planting. It feels like kind of a lot, but some really fun stuff in here. So let me get the camera set down and I will go through all of these seeds. All right, so many fun things. So as I said, these are the peanuts. They are a black peanut. I got them from Baker Creek. As you can see, they're supposed to be one of the darkest skinned peanuts, and they are slightly sweeter apparently than other peanuts. I think this is gonna be kind of cool. I live here in Virginia, so I feel like, you know, a lot of Virginia peanuts is kind of a thing. So this will be fun, and hopefully good weather, good climate for them. They do take, I don't know if I can see it on this. Oh yeah, 125 to 140 days to harvest. So I definitely need to get them, you know, going, because that is a pretty long time for them to grow. So I'm gonna get those started. And then I pulled out some butterscotch nasturtiums. I absolutely love nasturtiums. I think they're such a pretty plant. They're so, I don't know, they're just so classic. Now, in our weather, I really do have to get the nasturtiums going kind of early, because it tends to get, like, by the end of July, early August, it gets very hot here. We have very, very hot, very humid summers. It's pretty intense, and it tends to be a little bit too hot for the nasturtiums to actually keep going on past a certain point. So I do have to get them started now if I want to enjoy them for as long as possible. So these are going to be kind of like these buttery, deep red and light yellow nasturtiums. They are ones that you should sow outside, so this is gonna be perfect. And I am gonna put them in some containers, because the butterscotch nasturtiums are actually supposed to be a shorter nasturtium plant. Some nasturtium vines can get pretty long and rambly. They can really kind of take off. And there's different varieties. You know, some are more climbers. They'll climb up stuff. They'll get really tall. This is supposed to be like a shorter container, more container variety. I'm going to stick some of these around my butterfly bush that I have in a grow bag. I think that's going to be kind of pretty, because it's a blue butterfly bush, so the blue with the yellow should be a good combination, kind of classic. And then I also might stick just a couple in the side of the peanut container. We'll kind of see how much room we have once we get started planting the peanuts. Then I pulled out some queen red lime zinnias. I'm gonna try to plant a couple in ground over in this section, kind of perennial section of my garden. So I'll put a few of those in there. And I'm also gonna put a little bit of tetra dill in with that. And I may, you know, once I get planting dill, I may end up sprinkling dill in other places. You never know. Dill is one of those things that I kind of just like to scatter around. And then I have some purple Ruffles basil. Now I do want to say about the tetra dill, this is such a great dill. If you have trouble with your dill kind of being stringy and long and tall, try the tetra dill. It's a bushier variety, so it's supposed to grow like kind of thicker, denser, more bushy, and it is also supposed to be slower to bolt. And I have found that for me to, again, hot, humid summers, this works really well. It takes longer to bolt, and I actually get like a full bushier plant that's easier to harvest. So if you're looking for more dill harvests and having trouble with that, try the Tetra dill. I've really had great success with it and enjoyed it. I pulled out my Purple Ruffles basil, but I realized that I'm out of seeds, so I may have to order some more of these because I'm really excited about this basil. Yeah, as I said in another video, it kind of looks like coleus to me. Like, it's just a really pretty decorative basil. So I'm gonna have to order more of that. Then I also have these beautiful red corn. So this is a Martian Jewels red corn variety, red stalks, red stems and cobs. So pretty. I do not typically grow corn for actual consumption because I just don't have enough space for like true corn to grow, but I do like to grow it as a decorative, kind of like a grass, just like you would grow like a decorative grass in a container. It's really good for that. So I'm gonna kind of peek around and see if there's a spot or a container where I want to pop some corn. This is gonna be sort of a just, you know, spur of the moment. Wherever I decide to grow corn, I'm just gonna throw in some seeds. So I'll let you know when we pick where this is going. But I liked it because it's another color. I'm trying, like with the basil and then with the corn, I'm trying to use more reds so that I have different leaf tones in the garden, because it's so easy for everything to just be green. It's very quickly, you can just have green everywhere. So we're trying to change it up a little bit. Okay, let me show you the grow bag and we'll plant the peanuts first. I'm gonna add a little bit of compost. So here's the grow bag that I got, and there's a little bit of potting soil in here, as you can see. It's looking a little bit dry, but I think it's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna add some compost on top. A bit more potting soil as well. I've been kind of adding in some compost this year into my grow bags, experimenting with using compost in grow bags because I don't know, I just feel like I want to make sure the plants and containers have enough nutrients. It can be kind of hard, and especially with the grow bags where I'm growing big, you know, food crops. Like I got a squash. It's the end of the day, can you tell? I've got a squash over in another grow bag. That's a heavy feeding plant. I got these peanuts in here. I'm trying to just make sure, even though I do fertilize and use a water soluble fertilizer, I'm just trying to make sure I really have enough food for them in these containers. So I am adding in, and I have been adding in just a little bit of compost, just a thin layer, not like filling the whole grow bag with compost, but just a thin layer so that there's a few more nutrients. So that's just an experiment I'm doing this year. I can't tell you yet if you should do it too, but it's what I'm doing. All right, now on the peanuts. Do you think I should shell them? I don't know what to do. I guess I'm not going to. Oh my gosh, should I shell them? What do I do? Keep well watered. Grow in very warm, loose, sandy soil. Keep well watered. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna shell them. I'm just gonna put them all in here. This is probably closer together than it should be. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Well, we'll find out. I gotta really put something down to make sure the squirrels don't get into this container too, I'm realizing. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit more potting soil on top. They're supposed to be 1 inch deep. So And that should do it. And while we're over here, I'm gonna put in a few nasturtiums just around. This is my butterfly bush. This is a Pugster Blue butterfly bush. And I'm just gonna put in, there was a little lizard in there. I'm just gonna put in a few. Hey, little dude. Oh, no, I'm not gonna put any in the peanuts. I think we have more than enough plants in that peanut container, but you know what? I'm gonna stick a couple nasturtiums in this pot. This is my perennial phlox. And there's another perennial phlox right here next to my daughter's toys. So we'll put a couple of nasturtiums in here, and then that'll have a matching look on either side of the garden. Nasturtiums don't have a super big root system, so I think they'll be okay. There's all the wildlife out here. Bees buzzing, the lizards in the containers. This is the kind of time of year that I need to start watching out for snakes and stuff. We do, even though this is a small little enclosed garden, we do actually end up getting snakes back here. We get some of the big rat snakes even, so gotta watch for that. All right, the air conditioner's on. I'm just gonna do a little bit more planting. I'm gonna throw in some of this corn and the dill and the zinnias. Look, the allium is about to bloom. This is so exciting. I just tossed a little bit of dill over here. I'm not sure that's gonna be like the best home for it, but that's okay. And I don't think I really have any other room. I put some bouquet dill over in that area. Okay, so where should I put the corn? It's not gonna get to the full height. I think I'm gonna try, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait on the corn and actually put it in some containers. Probably, you know, in a couple weeks here, or a few days, depending on when I start getting some of these more containers and grow bags planted out. I'll probably put the corn in there. I was thinking I might put a little bit over here on this side, but I just don't think it's gonna get like any sun at all, and it just won't do well there. So I'm not gonna waste the seeds on that. But we got the peanuts planted. That's kind of the most exciting thing. I'm super, super excited to see how those peanuts grow. That's gonna be a really fun project. And then we threw in a couple other seeds, and of course the nasturtiums, which are gonna be beautiful. And I'll find a spot for the corn. You'll see it. I will definitely fit it in. It's always a little bit of a dance trying to fit everything in. But now that we've got that all planted, I'm just gonna water it in and enjoy a little bit of an evening in the garden. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.